Welcome to Some Old Pirate, and welcome from me, KroyVR. We are here with a second part of something that we've done in the past. A second part of the AI Tales, and it's been fun. We've got some suitable music for you, which I'm just going to press the play button for.
This is we're playing some dark jazz music from Ill-Advised Records on YouTube. Am I allowed to say that, right? Yeah, I'm going to say it, and I have.
Yeah, that seems good. So we're here, and if I look this way, chat's with us too. If I go to this side, then chat, hi chat, and also.
And I can do.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I've not got a big bit of paper that says chat on my desk pointing me in the right direction.
Chat this way.
Yeah, that way, chat.
So
yeah.
Hey, so yeah, this is us. We've got some dark jazz. Just to give you an idea as to the kind of scenario we're going to be playing tonight. This is a very bare bones stream, so we're not going to do any fancy camera changes or anything. We'll probably get an advert break in around about 10 past the next hour. Have you got any calendary things to say to anybody? Is there anything striking?
I'm just gonna plug Cthulhu Dark. I think that's happening on the 27th. I think on the 28th of this month for Spooktober.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I think that's all I'll do for now. I think
that's good. Just focused, and 20. So that's a couple of weeks from now. On the Friday the 13th.
Yeah, it is a week. 2 weeks yesterday.
2 weeks from Friday the 13th. Yeah, yesterday.
If that makes any sense at all.
It does.
Friday the 13th yesterday as well.
I trust it went by without any mishap.
I think so.
I'm not superstitious. And so it doesn't really worry me too much, but I do remember the movies, and it's very difficult not to think at least of that. Good times, good scary movies. We might get a little bit of a scare tonight. Actually, it's possible, but
is that when the stream goes tits up, and that
kind of thing can happen. It has occasionally been known to happen on an IMT stream. Occasionally.
We're not tempting fate here at all.
No.
We're not tempting fate.
No,
everything's going to go great.
Yeah, absolutely. We're old enough to remember Saturday the 14th.
Yeah. Speak for yourself.
Yeah.
I'm old enough to not remember.
Yeah. You have the joy of being able to cut things from the movie. Now, we are going to have a look at this. So, I should explain that tonight we are playing in Forge Saga, ForgeSaga.com, and thank you very much to the deliverers of Forge Saga, who have furnished us. That's Narb in Forge Saga, who's been kind enough to furnish us with a immortal license, which means we get access all areas. So thank you very much for that, and giving us a chance to look around and see just what it's all about, really. It's pretty decent, you know. It's good to get that. So the way that we're working it tonight, we're going to get chat's input, and Pirate and I are here as well, and we're going to have a look through some of the setup, just to have a look at the options that are available in terms of getting the game going. And there's a few things that we can mention along the way about how the Forge Saga system, I think differs. I think differs from some of the other AI-based GM systems that we've used and that I've played with variously. And so hopefully you might see what you like, and what you see you might like. And certainly, we're looking forward to telling a good story and seeing where it takes us. Is it capable of a one-shot?
You know what? I think it might be. From what I have seen, it looks pretty slick. Now, we had a little discussion a bit earlier, didn't we, about what kind of story we were gonna tell, and we've got a number of options that have been presented to us as part of or worlds as they're calling them in Forge Saga, and we elected we were going to go for this Nightmark option, were we not? Which is a PG-13, so
and we could
anybody under 13.
We can make it there. Okay, so this is the starting point. But what we can do, which is I think is quite interesting, is you can actually edit the world too. So you don't have to take like the default. You can spice it up or pare it back depending on what you want to do. I am just gonna do something, hopefully without anybody noticing that I'm doing anything. Okay, I don't know if that worked or not, but you know, we can hope. So basically, what we have here is the world as it is being created by Narb, right? So Narb's created this world. This is a public world. You can get access to this, and you can begin to play it immediately. But what we can do, if we wanted to, is we can clone the world so we get our own copy of it. So, for example, we could call this IMT Nightmark. And this is the setting. We're actually creating the world. So what we can then do, for example, we could type in like steampunk in there and add that as a tag so that the engine would then take that as a kind of broad brush as to the type of scenario you're wanting to play, which is pretty cool.
It is.
It's like a sort of, it's like the types of images, and so it can give us that. So that's kind of cool. It gives us images that we want. We can also change the type of like logic. We can get uncensored.
Oh.
So if we want to make it a bit
Spicy. Yeah.
So shall we go for uncensored?
I think we should totally do that.
Okay.
But it is an over 18 stream, by the way.
And
just thought we'd drop that in there right now. There'll be lots of naughty words and things probably being thrown around. If that offends you, you're probably best, well, turn the sound off. Stick around, but turn the sound off.
So it's now an MPAR rating for the world.
Perfect.
And then similar to the type of images that we can use, we can also talk about the type of thing. So here, this is the thing I was thinking of. If we wanted to type in writing style, the narrator to use. So if I typed in, I said steampunk. So if I typed in like steampunk here, the narrator would then start featuring in those elements into the story. So we can actually add things into that. So for example, if we typed in Cthulhu, then it's possible.
Oh, we would start chucking in our mythos references during the story, right? I mean,
maybe.
Yeah. Nice.
So I mean, we could try that and see if we notice anything, right?
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
now the game doesn't have a sanity setting that I'm aware of. I don't think it will track sanity, but it does have stats that it does actually track. So that should be okay. Here's the standard, and this is the narrator's context.
Okay.
So, Nightmark is a shadowy, thrilling world with technology and style similar to the 1930s. With only a glimmer of neon signs and street lamps cutting through the constant fog, Nightmark is filled with danger, mystery, suspense. The lines between good and bad aren't always clear. It's full of hard-boiled detectives, sly criminals, charismatic singers all weaving in and out of smoky jazz clubs. Nice. Dimly lit alleyways and grand mysterious mansions in Nightmark. Everyone has a story, and every shadow could be hiding a secret. So, that sounds fine.
That does sound great.
We're going to have pounds.
Oh, we're going UK. Okay, because we don't understand dollars.
We don't know what
UK.
dollars are in the UK, so, that's how that goes. And then you can add in specific details. Right, so who in chat would like to appear potentially in this? Is anybody in chat? Speak now or forever hold your peace.
There's always Russ.
Angie Pops, okay, Angie Pops.
Yeah.
So let's type in Angie Pops, and we don't know. I don't know how this works. This will form searchable database for world details. Separate single entries with double new lines.
Okay, so it might generate random NPCs and then assign these names to them. Am I reading that right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Well, that's kind of cool. So I think we should put, definitely Angie and Russ and.
Does Russ want in? Leave me out of your AI adventures. We'll leave Russ out of the AI adventures. I mean, to be fair, we don't know what
this is true, so, and it is, yeah.
So we'll put Angie in as an experiment, and we'll see how that goes. Angie's there. If we had a big lore book, we could upload it, and then the system would take that into play, and we can have like starting gear and such. If left empty, generic fantasy races. So we've got human, we've got detective, we've got musician, street rat, mobster, and that's it. So we could add in more there, right? But I think we've probably got enough to get on with, right?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Let's not overcomplicate things.
Infinite monkey tails. There we go. That's who created that world. Bing. All right. So let's do it. So we create the world. Age verification. Wow.
Ooh. Oh, I mean...
I'm not giving away my real birthday there. If anybody thinks of that, we'll leave now. Okay. So we've got that. We've done that now. So we're in IMT Nightmark now. And we can create a character within that. So we've got a random generator. We can be female or male, but it changes the picture, which is cool.
Oh yeah, look at that. Elijah, Liam, Mason. Now see Mason. That's a kind of detective-y sounding name. That's a film noir-y sounding name. Now what are we going to be?
Well, I mean, you said detective there, so surely.
I kind of thought Mason was a detective-y sounding name, but that doesn't mean we have to be a detective.
Well, the options
we could be. What have we got? We saw. We got street rat, musician, detective,
mobster.
What else? We got mobster.
Dirty rat. So
you dirty rat. Okay. Well, yeah. Whichever. I mean, I've noticed that it doesn't matter what concept you choose here, they automatically get a pack of smokes in their gear, which is very on brand, I think. Film noir. And it says detective, so
yeah, there we go. Okay, so what we've got is personality.
Yeah, it does say it's optional.
It does say it's optional. Do you think
it might improve the story if we make our trusty hero? What's he going to be? He's going to be. I mean, he's a good guy, right? He's going to be good guy, dependable, brave. I think
brave, experienced.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh. And I mean, do we kind of throw in something that might get him in a bit of trouble, like naive, maybe? Nah, he's a detective and he's experienced. He won't be naive, would he? Nah.
That could be interesting. Nah. What about gambling? He's a gambler. He likes taking risks.
Risk taker.
But then he's dependable.
Yeah, you can depend on him to take risks.
A hidden addiction of gambling.
Oh, here we go. Yeah.
Okay. That do? What about appearance? I mean, that picture looks reasonable.
Yeah, he looks like a middle-aged guy with a fedora and a shabby raincoat. How about?
And shabby raincoat.
Yeah.
Gee whiz, spelling it right. So we've got that, and I can then hit the create the character, and that's Mason the Human Detective with no current goal.
I mean, that's his entire name. That's what's on his door of his office, right there.
Right. So I think then we choose adventure with our new character.
Okay.
I think, possibly, or maybe I wait. Yeah, maybe I.
Do we have to? We don't have to add. No, this is the module, right? We don't have to add any modules in.
Oh.
Or are we already doing Nightmark? Oh, this.
Adventure title. Okay. Oh, we don't get to choose the existing ones from this. So the adventures are tied to the other ones. Okay.
Okay, yeah, so we don't want that.
So what's our adventure title going to be?
Oh, are we up? Okay, so we are going to go.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting it to have to be this creative.
What was the other one that what was the other one that we liked the look of? Let's use that. It
was Lucky Strikes, wasn't it? It was Lucky Strike, I think, or something.
Lucky Strike. We'll do that.
Lucky Strike.
Tagline: a few words make me care about this adventure.
And we are actually creating one from scratch here, right?
Yeah.
As opposed to using the Lucky Strikes module that had already been.
That's right.
Okay.
But there's no reason why we can't just, pinch from that
Copy
one.
it.
Yeah. So a tagline: make you care about the adventure. Is it the streets need cleaned up? The city's been gone to ruin. Mobs on the rise.
Yeah.
Something like that.
And maybe something else, because remember, we stuck Cthulhu in the background here as well.
Oh, we did, didn't we? People are disappearing.
Yeah.
Indiscriminate. People are disappearing. No rhyme nor reason to the targets. But a pattern is forming.
Yeah.
And we're going to find out what it is. Thumbnail. Oh, what? Actually, this is getting difficult, isn't it?
Yeah. How do you think we just add in like the one that was the Lucky Strikes that was already created? How do we do that?
That would be good.
This is going to be straightforward. We've got to do this. That's what we wanted. There we go. Yeah, so this is much easier when somebody else has done all the hard work.
Yeah, somebody's filled all this in here. But the only problem
thank you, Knob.
But the only problem is we can't edit this, so we don't get to copy these, I don't think. It'd be nice if we could copy this and go in. But
right. Oh, well, it says add character. Now, will I add our character to this, the one we created, or have we got to create one from?
No, it looks like we have to.
No, okay.
Okay. So,
and we've fallen at the first hurdle here.
We've fallen at the first hurdle. I don't think we actually created that game either, so I don't think it exists now. Oh, that's good. All right, let's just go off there. We had a look at the creation. We had a look at that. We know that we can customize it. With more time, we'd be able to set that up. But let's go with Lucky Strikes. So we'll use that. So it clones the adventure, but it doesn't. It doesn't allow us to clone the modules, which is interesting, right? That's
Oh, and I think it does at the top. I thought it did.
Does it? Does it?
I believe so. Right at the top right. Hey, look at that.
Clone adventure. Oh, but then that only gives you an adventure within.
Yeah, within the same.
in that.
Does that not allow you to add extra?
No,
It's giving you the goals.
It's the goals that's the thing, though, right? That's so.
Okay.
What we can't do without more time and preparation is we can't take this, but we could do that for the next time. We could take the module and copy over the bits, create a module, but then have it within our mythos type world. Okay, so that's fine. We're going to third, fifth, sixth time lucky. We'll click on this. We're going Nightmark. We're going to select the out of the box module.
We are.
We think that one's going to be okay, so we're not going to clone it. We're going to try and save it. What do we need to do to save it?
Ooh. I think that's only if you make some changes.
Is it? Okay, that makes sense if you make changes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so here, new character. Now what, hit me with the deets again?
We had Mason before, didn't we?
Yeah, human detective.
He was, I mean, dependable, brave, experienced. I mean, he's got to be tough as well, right? We got to. And we said he had an addiction to gambling.
Okay.
And he, middle-aged guy, wearing fedora, shabby.
Shabby raincoat. Right, so we create that. Okay, and now
Here we go.
Done that. Right.
Yeah. Start adventure, I think.
Okay. So here we go. Now, there is music.
Oh, it does have its own music, does it?
Let me.
Does.
Oh wow. Okay, so you're now hearing in-game music. It also, I think it has a narrator, doesn't it? Somewhere?
It does have a narration. Yeah, you can switch the voice on it. Is it? Yeah, down at the bottom there somewhere. I'm sure. There it is. Switch on the voice. Yeah.
We can turn music off there as well, so we can do that in a bit. Okay, it hasn't. Mason, a dependable and experienced detective with a hidden gambling addiction, finds himself standing on the rain-soaked pavement of 7th Avenue. Clad in a shabby raincoat and fedora, he takes in the dimly lit streets and the smoke-filled atmosphere that permeates the city. His senses are heightened, alert to the dangers lurking in the shadows. The Bleeding Heart Club, a cozy establishment with thick smoke and soft jazz music, lies just up ahead. Mason's old friend Sal has reached out in desperate fear, mentioning a dangerous debt and powerful criminals. With time ticking away, Mason knows he must act swiftly to help Sal out of his predicament. Determined, he steps forward, ready to face the unknown dangers awaiting him in the smoky embrace of the club. But amidst the chaos, Mason also yearns for a moment of respite. A chance to grab a drink and temporarily escape the weight of his own troubles. With these goals in mind, he enters the Bleeding Heart Club, ready to uncover the truth and navigate the treacherous web of Nightmark's underworld.
Ooh. Okay. We're going back to our dark jazz.
Aye.
Okay, so I guess here we can make our first decisions about what we're going to do in game, right? What do you think? Mason is looking for a moment of respite, so I guess he's going to head straight to the bar, right?
Okay.
He heads straight to the bar and orders a shot of bourbon, because
Mason steps into the dimly lit Bleeding Heart Club, his fedora casting a shadow over his face. The sultry atmosphere engulfs him as he makes his way through the haze of thick smoke. Soft jazz music fills the air, setting the tone for the mysterious rendezvous that awaits him. At the crowded bar, Mason leans in, his voice low and confident as he orders a shot of bourbon. The bartender, a burly man with a handlebar mustache, looks up and nods. In a swift motion, he pours the amber liquid and slides it across the polished counter. Mason lifts the glass to his lips, feeling the burn of the alcohol as it momentarily eases his tension. The surrounding patrons glance in Mason's direction, curiosity sparking in their eyes, before returning to their hushed conversations. The ambience of the club remains unchanged, with tendrils of smoke lingering in the air and the sound of soft jazz providing a hypnotic backdrop.
Yeah, we got to change that language
We could have him
for the narrator.
Speak
Can they speak it? Going down the pub now, is it?
We haven't got American.
That's pretty good, isn't it? Is there not a US?
There's not US.
Yeah, okay.
That's surprising.
Well, we're using pounds. We're not using dollars anyway. So
Wow,
we're probably in the right. I mean, that's pretty good, though, isn't it?
It's all right. I mean,
That description.
Well,
No, I mean the description of it.
Yeah.
I thought that was really good.
Spot on. I'm going to turn off the slightly irritating artificial voice, and we can just read it out. I don't mind. That's fine. We're here to tell a story. It might be a bit small for anybody reading it on mobile, but yeah, we can read that. But you got that. That is only a matter of time until the quality of the AI voice narration matches the quality of the writing. That's good. That's a good start to detective dark story.
Yeah, I think I thought that was really good. Yeah.
The ambience of the club remains unchanged, with tendrils of smoke lingering in the air and the sound of soft jazz providing a hypnotic backdrop. I'm going to turn around and look for the band without moving from the bar. See who's playing. Survey the land. As Mason raises his glass to the lips, he takes a moment to turn around, subtly surveying the dimly lit club. His gaze settles over a small stage tucked away in a corner where the band resides. The musicians, hidden within the shadows, blend seamlessly with the film noir ambience. The patrons around Mason continue their hushed conversations, seemingly oblivious to his discreet observation. The band's skill is evident as the silhouettes sway and move with the rhythm of the music. The smooth melodies captivate the audience, their instrumentals punctuating the smoky air with enchanting notes. Soft jazz echoes through the room, becoming a harmonious invitation to get lost in sultry rhythms. Mason realizes that without moving from the bar, he can enjoy the music while also potentially gathering information by eavesdropping on conversations. By listening closely, he might uncover valuable tidbits about Sal's predicament, or stumble upon intriguing topics that could lead him down unexpected paths.
Ooh. Now, what do you think? I mean, I think we should be asking the bartender if Sal was in earlier and whether he spoke to anyone.
Okay. We've asked the bartender if Sal was in earlier, and did he speak to anyone? If so,
Did he speak to anyone? Yeah. I mean, there is a slight issue with the bartender, I think, and the image that we've got.
I mean, yeah, it doesn't look like. Where's the moustache? Where's the
The burly
moustache?
bartender with a handlebar moustache.
Where's the moustache?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, so Mason turns to the burly bartender, his voice cutting through the soft jazz music. Excuse me, he begins, capturing the bartender's attention. Did my friend Sal happen to come in earlier tonight? If so, did he have any conversations with anyone? The bartender's face shows a flicker of recognition, his eyes narrowing slightly. He gives a subtle nod, indicating that he is aware of Sal's presence. Mason watches closely, noting the bartender's guarded demeanor. The silence between them stretches, filled only by the distant melodies of the jazz band. The bartender finally speaks, his voice tinged with caution. Yeah, Sal was here, talking to some folks. You might want to ask around if you're looking for answers. His words hang in the air, leaving Mason with the unsettling feeling that the bartender knows more than he's letting on.
Dirty rats, tell me all you know.
Oh, dirty rat. Yeah, I think...
He's not giving up his secrets easy, is he? Shall we slip? Shall we slip some money over the table?
I think we ought to throw a few shekels into his palm.
Yeah, slide a few
pounds. We're using pounds.
Pounds over.
Now this is going to be interesting.
Over the bar top, and ask him if that. Helps him remember.
Yeah.
Let's see if it recognises the fact. Oh, we never changed the game. This one to pounds, did we?
Oh, do we not? Oh, okay. So this is dollar. Okay, this is going to be interesting then.
Yeah. Oh, hey.
Oh no, it did. It
well
knew.
Done.
Look at that.
Well done.
Yeah.
Mason slides a few pounds across the bar top, capturing the bartender's attention. Here's a little something to jog your memory, he says, his voice low and persuasive. Does that help you remember anything more about Sal's conversations? The bartender's eyes flicker with a greedy glint as he hesitates, cruelly tempted by the offered money. Mason keeps his gaze fixed on the bartender.
Yeah.
The tension palpable in the air between them. Slowly, the bartender's stern expression softens and he leans in closer. All right, he murmurs, his voice barely audible over the jazz music. Sal was talking to a guy, a regular here. Goes by the name of Tony.
Hey, Tony.
Usually sits in that corner booth. He nods toward the back of the dimly lit club. Mason's curiosity piques at the mention of Tony's name, realizing that this lead might take him one step closer to unraveling the truth. All right, our money paid off. Even in this world, it's good.
Yeah.
So
okay, I think Mason is going to take his drink and he's going to wander casually over to
take two drinks.
The corner booth.
Yeah, take
two.
Geez,
okay. I mean, yeah, let's do that. Yeah.
Take 2 drinks over to
the corner booth where Tony sits.
Okay.
Mason cuts through the crowded club, his steps purposeful and determined. The thick smoke swirls around him, parting like a curtain as he moves forward. The lively chatter and laughter of the patrons fade into a distant hum, drowned out by the single-minded focus that propels him toward the corner booth. Each heartbeat pulses in his ears, matching the rhythm of the soft jazz music that permeates the air. Finally, Mason arrives at the booth, his anticipation reaching its peak. Tony, a man rumored to hold answers, sits there, his gaze fixed on Mason. The tension in the air crackles as their eyes meet, both aware of the gravity this encounter holds. The story hinges on the conversation that is about to unfold. The player must brace themselves for what lies ahead, as their words and actions in this crucial moment with Tony could steer the investigation in an entirely new direction, leading them closer to the truth of Sal's disappearance. That's a bit meta.
Isn't it? No pressure either.
Yeah.
So we're going to put
Listen,
second drink
player.
down on the table, right, and slide it over to him.
Yeah, I think so.
What we're going to say? What silver-tongued?
He's going to
experience?
say something. I don't know. Is he, or is he going to be blunt and say, "Heard you were talking to Sal earlier"?
There we go. Let's go. Mason carefully places the second drink on the table. The glass is cold to touch. His fingers glide over the smooth surface as he slides it towards Tony, ensuring it catches his attention. The significance of this gesture is not lost on either of them. Mason's voice, calm yet assertive, cuts through the smoky haze as he speaks the words that could unlock crucial information. Hear you were talking to Sal earlier. The club's soft jazz music provides me a backdrop to the gravity of this moment. The player must guide... Yeah, right, we'll ignore that bit.
Yeah.
He's not saying anything. Tony. Come on, Tony, speak. Speak to us, Tony.
Yeah. Let's wait for Tony to speak. Mason's unwavering gaze remains fixed on Tony, a silent invitation for him to break the silence that hangs heavy in the air. And a bit meta again. The player should convey Mason's attentiveness. I mean, is this like some kind of little guide to us as players as to how we may be able to get something out of this encounter? Is that what's kind of happening here?
Maybe.
Which is interesting.
Okay, so we do a subtle nod then, right? Let's try that. Subtle nod, emphasizing his readiness to listen. Let's see what it says if we do that. Automatic.
Roll not required.
Mason's confident nod punctuates the sizzling silence. A silent invitation for Tony to unravel the secrets waiting his conscience. With a subtle raise of his eyebrows and a slight tilt of his head, Mason demonstrates his unwavering attentiveness. We're getting a bit of repetition here, aren't we?
Hey, I mean, it seems to, yeah. I don't know. It's almost as if it's... You kind of get the impression that it's actually expecting a particular type of response from us as a player. And it's trying to almost lead you into doing something or saying something. I mean, it's kind of the feeling that I'm getting. I don't know about you.
Yeah, it would be better if that was done in character. So, like the return of Tony would be just, you know, he matches your gaze, he nods back at you, that kind of thing. You just build up that rather than going out of character. Let's mark that. Yeah. Let's mark that down. See what happens.
Okay.
And sometimes in these things, if you do that, it refreshes it.
Yeah.
But not in this case. So, okay.
Yeah. I mean, is it worth kind of discussing? I mean, obviously, Narbad sent you a little bit of information about how this works.
Yeah.
To a degree, right?
Yeah.
Is it worth mentioning something about that here?
Yeah, that seems good, doesn't it?
Yeah. So he told Kroy that the back end of the AI uses a complex graph of prompts. These are his words. Complex graph of prompts instead of a simple back and forth. So each of your messages gets run through analysis, planning, and lore checks. So it searches through the lore module that we could have uploaded a lore module earlier, as we discovered. But it also updates the knowledge base of the game as you play more and more. You can meet various NPCs and interact with with them over time and recruit them as allies. Use combined items for your messages and shop for things, etc. But I don't know. In this situation, it does kind of feel that this is expecting a particular response from a player, and he's not gonna let you progress until you get that or give it that. I don't know. That sounds like railroading, and it can't be, right?
And it can be railroaded by an AI.
I know. Yeah. So Tony's eyes lock with Mason's as he confidently takes his seat, their gazes dancing in a silent exchange. Curiosity flickers in Tony's eyes, tempered by a subtle wariness. Leaning forward ever so slightly, he signals his intrigue. Mason's unwavering eye contact speaks volumes, a display of his assertiveness and determination. The sultry jazz music weaves in the background, adding an air of mystery to the already tense atmosphere of the club. This encounter holds significant weight, the potential for valuable information simmering beneath the surface.
Yeah.
You should definitely navigate this conversation. Keeping the tone immersive and the tension palpable. So it is hinting at how we should proceed here. That seems to be...
It doesn't want to take
now,
the lead,
whether
does
it's doing... No, but is it doing this... What I don't know is this basically it trying to say, look, you've got to ask something to move this story forward. You've got to ask something. Or is this just AI kind of going, give me some more prompts, man?
Yeah. Well, let's lead it. Let's lead it and see.
Yeah.
You have to tell me what you know about Sal.
Yeah.
Let's go for it. Now we've done the whole eye dancing.
We've danced around a little bit. Yeah, we've had the awkward silence scene. Now we're gonna...
Leaning in slightly, Mason's voice is low and unwavering as he confronts Tony. Tony, you have to tell me what you know about Sal. Each word carries weight, as Mason's determination to uncover the truth hangs in the air. Tony's reaction is palpable, a momentary hesitation before he leans back and greets Mason's gaze, curiosity sparking in his eyes. The dimly lit room of the club becomes a stage for their conversation, the thick smoke swirling around them as the soft jazz music punctuates the tension. The player should remember Tony's previous encounter with Sal. Okay.
Oh, so it wants us to provide more of the story here, doesn't it? I think that seems to be what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, what was he talking to? What was Sal talking to Tony about?
You know, Sal was in trouble. Did he ask you for money?
Oh, yeah. Good.
That's not even an open, that's a closed question, but...
Yeah, no, it's good. I like it.
Maybe that'll be enough.
Yeah. Mason's voice remains low and resolute as he probes deeper, his gaze unwavering. You know Sal was in trouble. Did he ask you for money? The urgency in Mason's tone is apparent, highlighted by the crease in his brow and the tight grip on the edge of the table. The weight of the situation hangs heavily in the air, fueling the tension that permeates the dimly lit room of the club. Tony's demeanor shifts slightly, a flicker of uncertainty crossing his face before he leans in, his guardedness giving way to a willingness to disclose information. A smoky haze swirls around them, wrapping the conversation in an air of mystery, while the soft jazz music accentuates the anticipation. The pacing remains steady, allowing... Okay. I mean, we're not getting a response out of this guy. Is it wanting us to feed it
Oh, I just increased strength, apparently.
Oh, okay. Oh, you got some XP to spend, was it?
Yeah, it must have been.
All right.
Okay. All right. Could be handy if we need to punch the truth out of Tony.
Oh, okay. So Saitar in chat there is saying that he had to say keep moving forward. Eventually, the AI got the message and pushed the story forward. But yeah, he said he had to do it about 4 times, to be honest. Oh.
Oh, so if we'd passed that roll, then that might have actually given us something. So that's
I mean, maybe. So I think we ought to tell this guy that he's not going to get any money if we don't find Sal.
Yeah.
He's not going to get his money back. So Mason's attempt to push the conversation forward meets a wall of resistance. Tony's guardedness re-emerging as he hesitates to share any more information. Frustration dances across Mason's features, his brow furrowing and a tinge of disappointment evident in his eyes. He takes a moment to collect himself, his mind racing with possibilities. The dim lighting casts long shadows, intertwining with the swirling smoke that fills the club, while the smooth, melancholic notes of the jazz music continue to set the scene. The tension in the room remains palpable, reminding the player of the mounting suspense and the crucial role Mason plays in unearthing the truth. Despite this temporary setback, the pace of the conversation remains steady, ensuring the player's continued engagement. Okay. It's interesting. Yeah, I think we've hit an adventure milestone.
So we've got unfinished.
I think we've got unfinished business here. I think we need to
find out what Sal's doing.
We do. So just remind Tony that if we don't find Sal, or if I don't find Sal, he's not going to see any of his money.
Also, in the quest log at the top there, it says, make progress in helping Sal out of his predicament by persistently questioning Tony. So that gives us some hints.
Oh, well, okay. So, the idea is we have to keep
pushing him with
questioning him.
Mason's response to Tony is laced with unyielding determination, reminding him of the dire consequences that loom if Sal remains elusive. His voice carries a quiet authority as he leans in, locking eyes with Tony, who now wears a hint of uncertainty. Tony, remember that without Sal, your share of the money disappears. Mason asserts, his words etched in the hazy ambience of the club. The dim lighting cast elongated shadows upon Mason's face, mingling with the swirling tendrils of smoke that twist through the air. We'll skip the last bit there. So we'll keep asking questions.
Yeah.
What now?
So I think, what other question can we ask? Who did Sal owe money to? Who else? Sorry, we should say.
Let's go.
I know when you want to find him. Mason's curiosity is unyielding as he digs for more information, his voice laced with both determination and impatience. Tony, aside from me, who else did Sal owe money to? He inquires. Seeking to unravel further leads in his investigation, the dim lighting casts enticing shadows across Mason's face, deepening the pervasive sense of mystery within the club. Wisps of smoke dance and twist through the air, intertwining with the haunting jazz melodies, further heightening the urgency and suspense. Oh, say to Tony, what's wrong, Tony? The crow's got you. Yeah.
A sly smile curls upon Mason's lips, a playful assertiveness in his tone as he teases Tony for his temporary lack of words. What's wrong, Tony? The crow's caught your tongue, he remarks, his amusement evident. I think we'll just skip the ongoing description of the jazz club until it changes.
So maybe we're going to have to suggest an NPC to Tony here, I think. We're going to say, was it Angie Pops? Or is it Angie Pops? And shaken by Tony's momentary silence, Mason exudes unwavering confidence as he playfully suggests, his tone a curious mix of assertiveness. Is it Angie Pops? The dim lighting continues to cast beguiling shadows across Mason's face, deepening the aura of mystery that pervades the club. Blah, 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 blah.
We've moved into dangerous situation risk level.
Now, well, that's interesting. So, how about we say, well, let's suggest, you know Angie Pops. She runs all the business on the east side, or whatever, yeah. Yeah, she runs all the east side business, including the Broken Mirror Club down by the docks. And you don't want to be on the wrong side of those patrons. Yeah, Tony.
Yeah, we told you now. We've set Angie Pops on you. Okay, come on. Let's see if there's anything new in this.
Yeah. Unyielding in his confidence, Mason maintains his assertive stance as he follows up on his previous suggestion. His voice takes on a firm tone as he presses. You know Angie Pops, she runs all the east side business, including the Broken Mirror Club down by the docks. And you don't be on the wrong side of those patrons. Yeah. So, Tony is not saying very much. Okay.
Our only lead is just staring at us.
That's right, and he doesn't seem to want to say anything. So, I mean, Saito suggested that saying something like, if you're not going to talk, then we're done here. Let's see what happens with that. Russ says stab him.
It might yet come to that.
I mean, there is a certain amount of frustration creeping in, I think.
And
it kind of reminds me of that the old Hobbit game, wasn't it? The text-based adventure thing, where you had to find the exact right thing to say before you could move on.
Yep.
Unshaken by Tony's silence, Mason's confidence remains resolute. The dim lighting casts captivating shadows across his face, deepening the air of intrigue that cloaks the club. Mason delivers an ultimatum.
Oh, sorry.
If you're not... Well, that's all right. If you're not going to talk, then we're done here. The steady... Oh, yeah.
Yeah. If I was... What was it we typed? Move it... Keep moving forward.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, we got a success.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure how Dex is helping us out. Ooh. Tony's silence is finally shattered, his uncertainty apparent in the way his gaze shifts, and he leans in, weighing the implications of Mason's ultimatum. The dim lighting casts alluring shadows. There's lots of that going on. Swirling tendrils of smoke, etc., etc. And he says absolutely nothing. Okay.
And this is something that a human GM wouldn't, and it would be obvious if it was the NPC being quiet. You wouldn't think that the human GM would be suddenly dumbstruck and unable to speak through nerves, which is the AI's. This is like the AI's equivalent of. So let's see.
Yeah, it's increased that situation to deadly. Or whatever. Yeah.
It just seems unwilling to give us anything, right? Is it?
It says, yeah, and here we are. We got this thing where we are make progress in helping sell out his predicament by persistently questioning Tony, and yet Tony doesn't want to. I mean, although it's crossed that out now. No. Completed goals, grab a drink, make progress by helping sell out his predicament by persistently questioning Tony, but we still have that as a primary goal. Whether it's to do with the nature of this kind of story that it's struggling with a little bit, like an investigative kind of
maybe
thing. It may be.
Or should have been I'll be back for you, but. We're responding to Tony, but he said nothing. He's not given an inch. He's not a greedy rat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe we should threaten him a little bit.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, let's say.
What we'll do, I've got a suggestion. Go up, get another drink.
Okay. Yep.
And go up, we'll walk behind him and we'll grab him by the neck and we'll start pouring the drink down his throat.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So we can question him violently.
Or we could wait outside until he leaves the club.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that. Way outside.
Until Tony leaves the club.
The club. There we go.
And then we can follow him or something.
Oh, we seem to be feeling a role.
Or not. Yeah, Mason's plan to wait outside for Tony's departure has fallen through, leaving him back inside the door. Okay. That's I think we should try again and wait outside the club for him to leave. Then follow him, yeah, I think. Mason steps outside into the foggy night, leaving behind the dimly lit interior of the Broken Mirror Club. The atmosphere is heavy with anticipation as he takes in his surroundings. Fog wraps around the old buildings, giving them an ethereal appearance. In the distance, neon signs flicker and glow, serving as beacons in the darkness. The area is thick with mystery and the blah, 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 blah. As Mason positions himself to wait for Tony, the tension mounts, and the investigation is in the balance. Wait for him to leave and then follow him discreetly.
Okay. A hidden alcove.
I mean, chat's wanting violence upon this fellow at the moment.
Yeah.
Lots of things.
Seems fair.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can. Oh, with the grace of a predator, he follows Tony's every step, careful not to draw attention to himself. The atmosphere of Nightmark envelopes them both, its mysterious aura adding an additional layer of intrigue to the pursuit. Mason's footsteps are barely audible as he trails behind, his determination unyielding. Okay. So we're going to follow.
Yeah. And then we're going to kick the door down and beat the living snot out of him.
We chose violence.
I think it's leading us to that. I think it wants us to commit violence. Oh, Tony's changed. Mason keeps a safe distance, ensuring he doesn't raise Tony's suspicions as he follows him through the mist-shrouded streets of Nightmark. His steps are calculated and almost weightless, blending seamlessly into the shadows. The fog swells around them, cloaking their movements in an enigmatic haze. Mason's determination shines through as he unravels the mystery one step at a time, drawing closer to Tony's apartment. Yeah.
Oh, field strength roll.
Oh no. Maybe do we have any more XP to spend on stuff?
Yes, increased. I should have done that first, huh? There we go. Okay, so we couldn't kick the door down. How else are we going to get in?
It's basically threats or intimidation. Have we got any? Can we raise any of these stats at all, or are we all spent up on XP?
I put an extra one on strength, wisdom, karma. We've got karma. It might be.
Yeah, what's karma? What is? Yeah.
Don't know what that does.
I'm assuming.
Attempt to click the lock.
Yeah.
Let's see if we get a roll. Hey, success.
Ooh.
Oh, we need to take a break.
Yeah, a little bit late, but we can take a little break in just a moment, shall we?
Yes.
So, he's opened the lock, has he? Soft click shatters the silence and the surge of adrenaline rushes through Mason's veins. Victory! The door yields beneath his touch, unlocking the path to secrets within. Mason gently pushes the door open, revealing a darkened space beyond. Ooh.
Well, there you go. We've made some progress. We followed.
We have. So let's take a little break.
Yes.
And we'll come back to this and see whether or not Tony is willing to actually give us any information.
So, we were just a quick discussion there, and we were just reading Saitar's comments as well. And it seems like we were just talking about that. In a normal situation, a GM would understand that we were having difficulties as players and then drop in some extra prompts to try and prompt us. And what seems to be not happening is the AI isn't prompting us as players to respond to it and come back with stuff. And
it seems to be wanting to. It seems to be telling us that we need to be asking more questions, but the questions we are asking, we're not getting answers for, which is a bit strange, I suppose. And it's not like we're failing roles, because some of these are saying automatic success, and we're still not getting any information. So,
and I wonder if we fleshed out more in the scenario, if it would then have more.
It could be, and maybe if we'd got, say we'd got a big lore file that we could have uploaded, maybe that would have drawn more on that. If there were more non-player characters created, for example, perhaps it would have taken some of these kind of things and thrown them back. But yeah, perhaps it's just struggling with a lack of information from it as well.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, it could be. So let's jump back in. We've got ourselves forward, and we can see about trying to find this guy, if he's lying in his bed or if he's in his sofa listening to music on the gramophone or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, I think as he goes to the fridge, we're gonna creep to get his bottle of milk out. We're gonna sneak up behind him and smack him about the head a bit and say, "What have you done with Sal?" How about that?
Okay, violence. We chose violence. It's fine. It's deadly. We're in a deadly situation.
I mean, he's given us no choice, this guy.
Success.
Silent as a spectre. Mason moves stealthily through the shadowed expanse of Tony's apartment. His eyes adjust to the subdued lighting as he cautiously surveys the room, mapping out possible escape routes and potential dangers. As Tony saunters towards the refrigerator for a sip of liquid respite, or respite even, Mason seizes the fleeting opportunity like a striking viper. He swiftly closes the distance between them, his clenched fist finding its mark in a series of forceful blows to the side of Tony's head. The impact resonates through the apartment, echoing Mason's urgency as he demands answers. "What have you done with Sal?" he growls, a potent mix of anger and determination emanating from his voice.
As Tony's reply teeters on the precipice.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's making us make a strength roll because it thinks that we're trying to physically push him forward, I guess. Tony staggers back with each blow from Mason's powerful assault, shaking his body to the core. Yet through the pain and disorientation, though the pain and disorientation threaten to consume him, he resolutely refuses to yield. We're throwing this guy out the window, aren't we? The silent vow he will not easily succumb to Mason's demands. The room crackles with an electric tension. Mason readies himself for the next move, his knuckles throbbing with the impact of his strikes. Right.
Can we talk to the narrator? What's this here? That's the backpack. That's... Well, we're persistently questioning him. That's... Okay, alright. So, he's just not saying anything. Okay, push Tony down on a seat, grab a pen and a piece of paper and tell Tony to write down the location of Sal. Otherwise, we're throwing him out the window.
We're breaking his hand. Yeah. Yeah. We're throwing him out the window. It's even better.
Out of his own window. Since he just can't speak, I don't know. Maybe he just took it out with silence.
Turns out he's a mute. Oh, we got a success here. With a calculated force, Mason propels Tony backward, causing him to stumble and collapse onto a nearby seat. Seizing the moment, Mason retrieves a pen and a piece of paper from his pocket, all while keeping a steely gaze fixed upon Tony. Leaning in close, his tense presence filling the air, Mason hovers over Tony, his voice laced with a palpable threat. He brandishes the pen and paper in front of Tony, the glint of the pen catching the dim light, amplifying the weight of the ultimatum. Write down the location of Sal, demands, his voice low and filled with menace. Refuse or deceive us, and you'll find yourself soaring through your own window. This is quite cool.
I would say yes.
Now we're observing it, entranced by the high-stakes confrontation unfolding before them.
What does Tony
Before us, even.
write down?
In a peaceful town where nothing ever happens.
Is he a man or a monster?
Tony's hand trembles as Mason hands him pen and paper, his eyes fixed on the ominous figure towering above him. With a mixture of resignation and fear etched across his face, Tony reluctantly takes the pen and begins to write. The scratching sound echoes through the silence, each stroke of the pen portraying a potential breakthrough. With the final stroke, Tony slides the paper back to Mason, who snatches it up with swift precision. His eyes scan the words on the paper, a blend of anticipation and skepticism dancing in their depths. The bleeding heart, Mason reads aloud, his voice resonating with both determination and relief. The bleeding heart hold the answers they so desperately seek. Only time will reveal the truth hidden within its enigmatic walls.
We got somewhere.
In a peaceful town where nothing ever happened.
Interesting. Okay. So I guess we're heading to the Bleeding Heart now.
All right then, let's do it. Okay. Just stab him, says Ross. Or hold a gun. We have a gun, that's true.
Yeah, we do. But we used the notebook instead.
The pen being mighty.
So Mason steps over the threshold of the Bleeding Heart, leaving the hustle and bustle of the outside well behind. As the door swings shut behind them, they are swallowed by an atmosphere steeped in enigma. The dim lighting casts seductive shadows, enticing them further into the heart of the club. There's more tendrils of smoke, haunting melodies of jazz.
Okay.
Red velvet curtains rustle with an eerie grace, beckoning them deeper into the unknown. Mason's eyes dart around the room, searching for any familiar faces or hints that might guide them closer to the truth. A chill snakes through the air as if the secrets of Nightmark are ready to be unveiled within the confines of peculiar.
Let's have a look for some back doors to see if there's anything we can get out behind the hustle and bustle into the secrets. Mason subtly maneuvers through the crowd, his gaze darting around the dimly lit corners of the Bleeding Heart. The haunting jazz melodies guide his steps. His instincts lead him toward the beckoning red velvet curtains where the tantalizing draft brushes against his cheek. With cautious curiosity, Mason reaches out and pulls aside a curtain, revealing a concealed latch cleverly disguised within the opulent fabric. With a barely audible click, a previously concealed door swings open, revealing a narrow passage leading into the depths of mystery. His heart pounding, Mason glances back, communicating silently that he has discovered what they were seeking. Break the fourth wall, why don't you, pal? Okay.
Okay, we're going into the corridor, right? We're going to draw our gun. Draw a gun.
Okay. Hey, Charles.
Yeah, long time no see, pal.
Well, there's nothing wrong with me. All I have to do is be a man and snap out of it. And that made you feel worse. That made me feel worse.
Mason's gaze hardens, his eyes meeting the plate. What?
Somebody is depressed or looks that way.
Is it because we've been referring to ourselves as our?
Then the person
Have we messed it up somehow?
there shouldn't they come?
Oh, we've not been speaking in the first person.
Yeah, I think that's probably what's going on here. He draws his gun from his holster, the metallic click slicing through the oppressive silence of the hidden passage. The dim lighting casts eerie shadows on the walls as Mason strides forward, each step resounding with unwavering purpose. The air crackles with anticipation and dread as he delves deeper into Nightmark's underworld. His senses heighten, every nerve attuned to the hidden dangers lurking in the shadows. The haunting jazz melodies fade into an unsettling silence, punctuated only by the soft echo of his own breathing. Each door along the corridor looms menacingly, concealing the secrets of the underworld. Mason presses on, his grip on the gun tightening, ready to face whatever awaits him at the treacherous end of the...
Okay. So the quest log hasn't caught up, I would say.
Okay.
Because the quest log's still saying we should be questioning Tony, but Tony told us that the secrets were here, we found something.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can pull it back into first person.
Okay. Yeah.
Hey,
Whoa,
that's 20.
natural 20. Look at that.
We know how to walk. That's brilliant.
Yeah. I'm going to make you roll to walk down this corridor. Mason's jaw tightens, his focus unbroken as he strides further down the corridor, following... Yeah. The dim lighting casts distorted shadows along the walls, deepening the sense of unease that permeates Nightmark's underworld. He advances with cautious steps, the echo of his footsteps growing faint as he delves deeper into secrecy. The air thickens with anticipation, secrets whispered in veiled conversation. Each door concealed within the corridor beckons him to uncover truths hidden within. We're going to have to open one of these doors. His determination unyielding, Mason pushes forward, his senses honed to any hint of danger or revelation. Suddenly, a glimmer of light seeps through the narrow gap beneath a partially open door, captivating his attention. Adrenaline surges within him, propelling him towards the allure of possibility. Okay, yeah, we're feeling a bit AI now. With every passing moment, Nightmark's enigmatic secrets unravel, bringing him ever closer to the answers he seeks.
Okay. We're going to burst through the door, or are we going to listen quietly at the door?
We're gonna... Ooh, I think we'll listen first, yeah? And we're listening for Sal's voice, perhaps?
Mason inches closer to the door, his gaze fixed intently upon it. The worn wood emits a soft creak as he pushes it open further, revealing a dimly lit room beyond. With deliberate care, he brings his ear close to the door, straining to catch any sound. The hushed murmurs tantalize him, half-formed words teasing hidden truths. Amid the whispers, a distinct voice emerges, its familiar rasp sending a surge of recognition through Mason's voice veins. It is Sal, without a doubt. The words themselves remain obscured, their meaning just out of reach. Mason's heart quickens. Okay. We found them.
I like the push the door open and then listen. That's it's a very AI thing to do. Well, we're going to burst into the room, right? With gun drawn, with gun ready. We're going to ask anything?
Uh-oh. We failed our roll.
Yeah, Mason does look a bit like Frank Drebin, you're right. I think he's kind of acting a little bit like Frank Drebin as well. Mace, heart racing. Anticipation fueling his every move as he braces himself to burst into the room. His hand firmly grips the handle of his gun, readiness etched into his features. With a surge of determination, he pushes against the door, expecting it to give way, but the door remains unyielding. Defiance evident in his resistance. Frustration washes over Mason, a knot tightening in his gut. The failed attempt hangs heavy in the air, each passing moment amplifying the potential dangers lurking on the other side. Sensing the need to reassess, Mason takes a step back, his mind racing with possibilities. He understands the risks of rushing in blindly, knowing that Sal's safety and the truth itself hangs in the balance. Inhaling deeply, he composes himself, ready to devise a new plan. Another way awaits, he knows, and Mason's determination to find it burns brighter than ever.
I mean, if that didn't alert the fact that there's people in there, and that doesn't.
Well, I don't know. I kind of get the impression that Mason has opened the door, listened at it, shut the door, which has somehow locked itself, and.
I mean, that's just a filing cabinet behind it, and you can't open it any further. You know, that's a possibility.
I mean, maybe.
Look for another way in.
Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. Yeah.
There's always another way in. There's a vent or something. I'm playing Alien Isolation. There's a vent.
Oh, or not. Or not.
Look for another way in. Mason's eyes scan the room, searching for a new approach. We're not in the bar. Okay, never mind. Finally,
there's a small air vent. It's listening to you, mate.
Okay, I'm not going to read that. We found an air vent. That's all.
Yeah, so there is an air vent. There is an air vent on the ground, near the ground, partially concealed by a nearby piece of furniture, and it beckons to him a potential path to uncover the truth. Oh, it's gone down from deadly to dangerous now. Okay. With determined resolve, Mason crouches down and begins to remove the obstruction, revealing the opening.
Yeah.
Dim light casts haunting shadows. Yada, yada, yada.
Okay.
Holding his breath, Mason squeezing his body through the cramped space, venturing into the darkness beyond. Anticipation and uncertainty accompany his every move as he proceeds down the hidden path, inching closer to the answer. Exit the vent into the room. That's what we're going to do. Yes, glad you specified that.
Mason emerges from the air vents, his body now in the heart of a dimly lit room. The scene that unfolds before him sends a shiver down his spine. Flickering candles cast eerie shadows along the walls, their dim glow reflecting off the red velvet curtains that rustle ever so gently in the corner. The air is heavy with the scent of incense, an intoxicating mix that heightens the mystique of the surroundings. Mason's attention is drawn to a slightly ajar door. The whispers and murmurs of Sal reaching his ears. Okay. I think we'll just knock on the door, right? We say, hello, Sal. I mean, that for all that.
Their distinct rasp dances of distorted words like a tantalizing puzzle. Okay. I mean, it says the urgency is palpable. I'm not sure that knocking on the door would be an appropriate response, but what else are we going to do? We'll try and burst through the door that's slightly ajar and find that we're unable to do it because we fail a strength roll. Next room, gun ready.
Okay.
Yeah, Mason opens the door and walks into the next room towards Sal's voice, gun ready. Mason tightens his grip on his gun, the cold metal providing a reassuring weight in his hand. With a determined flick, he pushes open the partially open door and steps into the next room. The dim lighting persists here, casting elongated shadows that dance across the walls. Every step forward, Mace's senses heighten, his instinctual awareness on high alert for any lurking danger. The urgency and anticipation in the air intensify, lending an electric charge to the atmosphere. His eyes swiftly scan the room, searching for any trace of Sal or the elusive truths that have eluded him. Gun at the ready. Mason remains poised and ready to confront the enigmatic forces that have led him to this moment, his determination unwavering. It was just a big game of hide and seek.
Mason locks eyes with Sal, a steely determination shining in his gaze. Closing the distance between them, he meets Sal's intense stare with unyielding resolve, a voice tinge of satisfaction. He utters, "Found you, Sal." The weight of his words hang in the air, a silent proclamation of unwavering persistence and resilience. Not far wrong there. Mason's charisma radiates, asserting his presence and letting Sal know that he will stop at nothing to uncover the truth. Well, we found Sal.
Yeah. Turned out it was just a big underworld game of hide and seek.
So now his predicament is that he doesn't know how to get out because the door's not opening from the other side.
The door is slightly ajar.
What a predicament.
If you were doing a hide and seek game in a film noir style, this was it.
Sal, I brought you some toilet roll. Oh, okay. That was.
Let's ask. I think we need to ask Sal.
Okay.
What's going on? We need answers.
See, the thing is, if I type this into another AI, I would get more. Like if I use GPT.
Is that though? Because it's not. This is looking for a very specific kind of story, isn't it? It's set up to be looking for this 1930s noir kind of thing, and it's got all the language there, and it's using these phrases and stuff.
Yeah.
And I guess it's got a slightly more limited pool as to what it can draw from because of that, perhaps.
It doesn't seem to want to generate any NPC voice.
No.
I mean, if that was a director in a film, that was their choice, it would just be like moody shots, wouldn't it? With smoke in the air and just people just going staring kind of off camera slightly and just kind of looking. And then the sound of like the beer tap gurgling and somebody walking in and hushed silence as they realise that they've walked into a quiet, considered, that kind of library type place. That would be the scene in the film. But yeah, Sal's not talking. Can we? Maybe that's it.
Yeah,
Maybe that's the end of it. Maybe that we'll never know, right? We'll never know. Sal can remain the enigma that he is. But we found him, and we can help him now.
Yeah.
Now that we're together, forever in electric dreams.
We're going to help him out of his predicament that he's in, whatever that may be.
Right,
which he doesn't want to tell us.
Because that's what friends do, right? They help whatever, no questions asked.
Yeah, that's right. That's the thing, right? I think you've hit the nail on the head there. Friends, you just help people without asking any questions.
Okay. Shall we do another one?
I think we can try.
Shall we try a different genre, maybe?
Yeah, I think maybe let's try a different genre just to see what we get. Yeah.
Okay. So if I close that down and jump back out to the front page, we've got Magellan on the former.
which is on the Pegasus Star Cluster. So we got a bit of a sci-fi tip going on there. I mean, there is the Jane Austen one, but I
don't know. I'm thinking.
Yeah,
given the difficulties we had with film noir, I'm wondering if Pride and Prejudice might be like, I don't know.
Yeah, a bit too. Okay. Do you want to try Magellan?
It's also a different author as well, so it'd be interesting to see the differences.
It is. Yeah. Okay. Kroy the android pilot.
Oh, I've done this one already.
His goal.
Let's bin that character.
Oh, okay. He sounded cool. Orange.
I don't remember.
Android aristocrat.
Quintus. Pilot, mercenary, or scoundrel? Oh, I know what you'd pick, Mark. Some old pirate.
And that way, is it? Would he be a? Does he have to be an android? What race? What options do we have?
Human or android?
Human or android? Okay, that's a very Blade Runner kind of situation. Let's okay, like whichever. Let's go with. Ooh. If we choose android, do you think we might get some more interesting options?
What are you thinking?
I don't know. The human has prescription meds. I think he's suffering from. He's got allergies or something.
Okay, are we want to be Quintus?
I mean, it's as good as any other name.
Let's go for it then. Okay, take off in 10 minutes, insidious devices.
Attack on the Symphony.
Attack on the Symphony.
That looks like some kind of yacht.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Let's go. Retrieve your luggage.
Ooh.
So we start off with a fetch quest. That's fair.
As Quintus, a scoundrel with a knack for survival, you find yourself on the island of Polaris Point, like it, amidst the chaos caused by a band of pirates. Your primary goal is to retrieve your stolen luggage, which holds valuable possessions necessary for your survival. That would be the prescription meds. With Huxley, your serious and resourceful friend, you take cover in the tree line, watching as the pirates board the Symphony yacht and loot it. The sight of your belongings being transferred to their speedboats fills you with determination to reclaim what is rightfully yours. It's time to devise a plan and confront these pirates head on, all while navigating the treacherous terrain, the tropical island jungle. The clock is ticking, Quintus, and the odds are against you, but your wit and agility may just be enough to outsmart your adversaries and retrieve your belonging.
All right.
The pirates have stolen Quintus's toothbrush.
He's not happy about it.
He wants it back.
Oh, revenge is sweet, especially after you've got nicely flossed mouth.
Yeah.
A plan. Which direction did the pirates head off in? Did it actually say? Yeah. Observe.
They went into the yacht. Yeah. And then took all the stuff out, and then where did they go?
I can't spell yacht.
Yak. Yeah.
Quintus peeks through the dense foliage, his gaze fixed on the approaching pirates as they round the point, heading towards Symphony Yacht. We just did that. Rifle shots pierce the air, followed by the heavy thud of boots on the wooden deck. No?
Ooh. Huxley, we need to come up with a plan. Those pirates have all my belongings on that yacht.
Oh, sorry, I think I misread that. That's my fault. Okay, that's human error. I thought they transferred the belongings onto their speedboats, and I thought they had assumed that they'd taken off, but they haven't yet. Okay. Right, okay. Scout the area, gather information, and find a way to... Oh, that's quite good.
Yeah.
Shall we follow Huxley's plan?
Yeah,
That actually came up with speech, that's good.
it did.
Right.
Quintus and Huxley move with utmost care through the thick foliage. Their steps light and deliberate, their gaze sweeps across the hidden corners of the jungle, anticipating any obstacles that may lie in their way. While exploring the surroundings, their eyes land upon a concealed pathway that leads to the beach, away from the pirates' watchful eyes. They exchange a knowing glance, realizing the potential of this discovery, chance to create a diversion and divert the pirates' attention away from the yacht. Quintus' face lights up with excitement as he turns to Huxley beside him, eager to share his idea. This hidden path might be our ticket to distract those pirates, Quintus suggests, his voice filled with a newfound determination. If we can create a diversion away from the yacht, it might give us a chance to board it discreetly. So, what kind of diversion?
Noises, smoke. Smoke? Start a fire?
Yeah,
Look
that
for...
sounds like a plan. I mean, what do we have on us? We got prescription meds and something. And a switchblade or something, right?
Look for means to start a fire. Maybe there's some dry moss or or something.
I can lay my hand.
Yeah. Yes. Quintus and Huxley press forward, their eyes scanning the vibrant foliage in search of any materials that could aid their diversion. In the distance, their attention is drawn to a fallen tree trunk, its surface adorned with a carpet of dry leaves and twigs, the perfect tinder to ignite a fire. Quintus quickens his pace, gathering a handful of debris, his mind racing with urgency. Yet, just as he is about to ignite the pile, his sharp eyes catch movement. A group of small creatures scurry toward the fuel source, enticed by the scent of potential danger. It becomes clear that these territorial creatures won't back down without a fight. Quintus turns to Huxley, a spark of concern flickering in his eyes. Huxley, we need to act fast, Quintus urges, his voice laced with determination.
I mean, would starting the fire scare them away, do you think? As well as create the diversion? No. Didn't like that idea. Oh. With unwavering determination, Quintus swiftly implements his plan. He ignites the debris in his hand, flames engulfing the makeshift torch. Thrusting it menacingly toward the approaching creatures, the crackling fire casts an eerie glow on their startled. Faced with the sudden burst of flames, the creatures freeze in their tracks, their fear palpable in their wide, beady eyes. Quintus releases a breath he hadn't realized he was holding as the startled creatures scatter into the dense underbrush. The immediate threat has been averted, and Quintus and Huxley exchange a fleeting sense of relief. The diversion has begun, and the path to their objective lies ahead.
So we assume that the tree trunk's going to catch fire
Yeah.
and make a lot of smoke. Should we wait a bit?
Do you think we'd need to write that? Do we think ignite the tree trunk and create a smoke? Smoke. Or a smoke screen? I don't. Create smoke. Yeah, well, no. Wet.
I don't know. I think language, when you input it, it's got a lot, and I don't think it's direct enough. I think there's a particular way, isn't there, of talking. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, we got a skill roll that's succeeded.
Tapping into his deep understanding of fire manipulation. Oh, thank you. Quintus commands the flames with finesse. As the fire blazes hotter, he harnesses its power, directing it toward the fallen tree trunk. With unwavering focus, Quintus guides the flames to ignite the dry wood. The fire spreads rapidly, engulfing the trunk and generating thick plumes of smoke. Swirling into the air, the smoke veils the surroundings, shrouding the beach in a hazy disarray. Quintus skillfully adjusts the flames, ensuring the damp fuel he had gathered earlier produces an even denser smoke, further contributing to the chaotic illusion. As the beach becomes consumed in a smokescreen, Quintus and Huxley seize the opportunity to make their move amidst the ensuing distraction. The path ahead is now veiled in secrecy, granting them a chance to confront the pirates undetected. You're not really...
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, it's confronting them undetected.
Hi, we're not here.
So as the pirates are lured away into the jungle, Quintus and Huxley can sneak up the gangplank onto the
Pirates are lured away from the boat. Make their way up the gangplank. Deck success. Nice. Taking advantage of the enveloping smokescreen, Quintus and Huxley proceed stealthily toward the symphony yacht. The air is thick with pungent aroma of burning wood, mingling with salty tang carried by the breeze. Through the haze, wavering torchlights in distance cast mysterious shadows dancing upon the silhouettes of swaying palm trees. The rhythmic ebb and flow of the ocean, its gentle waves lapping against the sandy shore, provides a soothing backdrop for the charged atmosphere as Quintus and Huxley cautiously press forward. Their footsteps are muffled by their own controlled breaths, a symphony of anticipation. Each careful step brings them closer to their target, skillfully avoiding any lingering pirates. Approaching the gangplank, the symphony yacht looms imposingly ahead, its pristine white hull contrasting with the velvety night sky.
And we are safe now. Our situation is safe.
Cool.
Yeah.
Go find our luggage.
I think, we've got to go search the cabins or something.
Our cabin, I guess? Go to
head for our cabin aboard the yacht.
Okay.
Discreetly slipping into the symphony yacht, Quintus and Huxley seamlessly merge with the engulfing shadows that cloak the deck. Their movements are swift and precise, ensuring that they remain unseen amidst chaos surrounding the vessel. As they traverse the deck, the wooden planks creak softly beneath their feet, harmonizing with the distant symphony of lapping waves. The lanterns adorning the edges of the deck cast a warm and inviting glow, highlighting the intricate carving that embellish the ship's railing. Quintus and Huxley gradually progress toward their designated, their heightened senses ever alert to potential danger. Arriving at the cabin door, Quintus deftly withdraws a lockpicking tool from his inventory, skillfully manipulating the mechanism with utmost precision, ensuring no noise disrupts stealthy. Well.
Let me just quickly switch the music. Okay, I'll do. Okay. All right.
So we got lock tools in our inventory now.
So we need to open the door. Open the cabin door. Oh, not doors again.
Yeah, we should be able to open it now. We've unlocked, right?
Walking into the cabin, look around for any luggage that's left that remains. That doesn't make any sense, but at least we walked in with grace, right?
Utmost grace.
Almost entering the cabin with utmost grace, Quintus and Huxley move like shadows, their presence barely ruffling the air. The subtle illumination reveals a meticulously appointed space featuring a sumptuous bed adorned with pristine white linens and a petite desk aglow with a gentle, inviting light. Quintus's vigilant gaze scans the cabin, meticulously searching for any remnants of their possessions. To his delight, Quintus spots a small leather bag concealed beneath the desk. Swiftly, he retrieves it, inspecting its contents to ensure that nothing essential has been overlooked. Satisfied, he secures the bag within his pack, feeling the reassuring weight of his belongings, both practical and personal. With a nod exchanged between Quintus and Huxley, their mission is completed. They emerge from the cabin, their resolve palpable in the air. Ooh, we've retrieved the luggage. Can we now steal the boat?
Yeah. And it's added it into our inventory if you look on the right hand side
there.
there.
Oh,
It's,
shit, I can't see that. Hang on. Hide myself.
oh, can they not? Oh.
I'm there. Hang on. If I there, look, you can see it there. Inventory, just below 20 grand. That's a cool small leather bag. That wasn't there before. Nice.
No. I don't know if it's updating primary goal there. We've retrieved our luggage, or have we?
Yeah, I mean, it said reassuring weight of belongings. Small. I mean, maybe there's more of it, right?
Yeah.
Maybe list the remaining parts of luggage. Let's see if it'll generate.
Okay. Stepping out of the meticulously appointed cabin, Quintus and Huxley find themselves immersed once again in the dimly lit hallway. The determination in their eyes remains unyielding, their resolve strengthened by the successful retrieval of their essential belongings. Quintus's gaze shifts towards the small leather bag, a silent acknowledgement of the task still lies ahead. He turns to Huxley, his tone purposeful yet hushed. While we have secured our essentials, there may still be personal effects and valuable items scattered throughout the yacht, Quintus explains, his eyes scanning the corridor for prying ears. We must locate them, gathering any potential leverage that might aid us in confronting the pirates, dismantling their operation. Huxley, his visage partially illuminated by the flickering light of a lantern, nods in agreement. Absolutely, Quinn. Right.
We've got some loot opportunity here.
Oh, okay. So are these in the bag, or can we take all of those things?
So
The silver pocket watch looks interesting.
It looks very much like a dagger, which, I mean, you can stab somebody with a dagger, but not so much with a silver pocket watch.
It's one of those novelty pocket watches.
So I don't think... Well, maybe telling the time would be quite useful, right?
Yeah.
And also, if it does happen to be a dagger, we can stab people with it.
Stab people with pocket watch. Yeah. I guess is it going to allow us to grab all of these items? Because the other things might be useful if we needed to bribe somebody.
Yep. There we go.
But we've only got, it looks like we're going to carry 10 items.
10 items. So we've now got 5. Okay. Okay, so we've reached a milestone.
So we're going to, we need to search the rest of the yacht for useful equipment. Search the other cabin. Yeah.
Depends how big the yacht is. It looked pretty big from the picture, so.
It did. Understanding flickers Quintus and Huxley as their plan takes shape. Quintus adjusts his pack, lowers his voice to a whisper addressing Huxley. Let's begin by searching the other cabins on this level, suggests, eyes darting along the hallway in search of any lurking dangers. We'll cover more ground and increase our chances of finding valuable items that could provide us with an advantage. Huxley nods resolutely. Exactly, Quintus. Thoroughness and speed will be key in our search. We won't leave a single area unchecked. Time to put an end to these pirates' hold on the symphony. With their mission clear, Quintus and Huxley continue down the dimly lit corridor, their step calculated and light. Approaching the first cabin on their list, they exchange a meaningful glance before Quintus deftly picks.
It's updated our quest log.
Gather personal effects and valuable items.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
we're here, so we've picked
We've opened the lock, so let's open the door and...
I like this has got character speech in this one. It's good. Seems... Yeah, with practice precision, Quintus twists the handle of the cabin door. With practice precision of opening the door, Quintus opens the door. The faintest of murmurs accompanying his movement. Stepping into the room, he and Huxley find themselves immersed in an opulent space adorned with tasteful extravagance. The soft glow of the chandelier light dances upon intricately carved wooden panels and delicate decorations. A moment of awe washes over Quintus as he appreciates the artistry before turning his attention back to their purpose. Silently, Quintus and Huxley navigate the room, their observant eyes scanning every surface for potential secrets or valuable treasures concealed within. The drawers are methodically examined, the wardrobe gently inspected, and the contents of the desk cautiously evaluated, their nimble fingers making quick work of the task. As Quintus pulls open one of the drawers, a glimmer catches his eye. What does he see? What does he see? What does he see?
Yeah.
We've lost an item.
What do I see?
We've lost an item. We've only got 4 or 5 now.
We've lost our lock tools.
Ah, interesting.
Did they break? Perhaps we can only use them twice? How are we going to get into the other cabins? We must know.
I'll pry them open with the silver pocket watch. Okay, so what is it? What is the glimmer? Describe the glimmer.
Describe what is causing the... Yeah.
What is, causing the glimmer? and reach for it if it's safe to do so. Safety first.
Intrigued by the glimmer that emanates from the drawer, Quintus leans in, his focus fixated on the source of the captivating light. With meticulous care, he moves aside a pile of papers, revealing a dazzling necklace adorned with an array of gemstones that shimmer and dance in the gentle illumination of the cabin. A surge of excitement pulses through Quintus, blending harmoniously with a profound satisfaction-born progress. Guided by steady hands and unerring precision, Quintus reaches out, his fingertips brushing against the cool metal of the necklace. He hesitates for a moment, ensuring its safety, before delicately lifting it from its resting place. As the precious cargo nestles in his hand, its weight resonates with significance. This discovery is no ordinary trinket. It is an invaluable find, potent asset in their battle against the pirate.
See,
Where's the loot?
Yeah, this is the loot, but I haven't got it. Add to inventory. I don't think you can do this. To inventory.
Well, we've already got like a valuable necklace there, haven't we? So
True.
is that it? Is that it? Was it preempting as?
I don't know if there's a connection between the chat and the inventory. Oh, something.
Oh, no,
Scored out. No.
It was gather personal effects and valuable items is crossed out, but we still have that as our primary goal.
It's doing that thing again where it gets stuck in the
Maybe.
in the loop, man. It just
Well, maybe let's see what the chat says here, because maybe it's going to tell us to carry on looking for more.
Okay. Contented smile graces Quintus's face as he carefully stows the dazzling necklace amidst cherished items within his small leather bag. Its presence among the possession. I'm losing it. Its presence among his possessions serves as a constant reminder of the progress and the formidable influence it will wield against the pirates. Wide-eyed and filled with admiration, Huxley regards the necklace, his voice infused with newfound determination. Quintus, as we amass these valuable items, our prospect for success amplify exponentially. We are steadily marching towards our goal of confronting the pirates, reclaiming the symphony and restoring peace. The necklace symbolizes our resilience and resourcefulness. Quintus nods, his face etched with unwavering resolve. Indeed, Huxley, this necklace represents more than its material worth. It is a testament to our unwavering determination. Let's press on, scouring the remaining cabins. And so, oh no. I fear the hole we are about to fall upon.
These guys talk like they're in some kind of 40s sci-fi novel. It's interesting. Indeed.
Okay.
It is testament to it symbolizes our resilience. We are steadily marching toward our goal of confronting the pirates.
Oh dear. Okay, let's press on and scour
That's
the
fantastic. Okay, so we've lost our lock tool, so we need to find a cabin door that is unlocked. I mean, I'm not sure what Quintus and Huxley are going to do with these valuable items that are going to hold so much sway over the pirates, seeing as the pirates have already taken the ship and could just come in and get this stuff whenever they wanted. With determined expressions, Quintus and Huxley press forward, their resolve undeterred as they continue their search throughout the Symphony yacht. Each step is deliberate, accompanied by a palpable sense of caution, their ears perked for the faintest indication of the pirates' return. The vessel groans softly beneath their weight, a constant reminder of the tenuousness of their situation. Reaching the next cabin, Quintus carefully examines the door, his keen eyes scanning for signs of intrusion. Finding none, he retrieves his trusty lockpicking tools that we haven't got anymore and sets to work. The room seems to hold its breath as Quintus focuses on his skilled hands maneuvering with practiced precision. A furtive click and the lock surrenders, allowing Quintus to turn the knob. The door swings open, revealing yet another chamber of extravagance. Welcome to my chamber of extravagance.
Look for extravagant weapons. Look for a rapier. I know. Go over to the mantelpiece.
And take down the sword.
Yeah, take down the swords.
Well, this is a spacey setting. This is sci-fi. Shouldn't we be taking down the ray gun?
The laser swords.
Yeah. Because we know it will never say lasers. Automatic success.
Quincy's eyes are drawn to the grand mantelpiece adorned with enticing display of ornate artifacts. With caution and intent, he inches closer, his every step measured and deliberate. A silent signal passes between Quintus and Huxley, when with a steady hand, Quintus extends his arm, his fingers lightly grazing the polished surface of the laser swords. The coolness of the metal reassures him, instilling a sense of purpose and resolve. As Quintus retrieves the laser swords from their resting piece, the room seems to hum with anticipation, as if recognizing the significance of the weapons now in his possession. The vibrant glow of the blades casts a dancing light upon his face, a stark contrast to the opulence that surrounds him. Opportunity. Quintus now holds the formidable laser swords, their power within his grasp.
I mean, that's interesting. I think there's an opportunity here. For what? To kill all the pirates with the laser swords?
Yes.
I mean, that's cool. It's created these laser swords and given them a little description there. It's just, you've just mentioned them now, right?
Yeah. But that would, again, it's still the idea of us leading the.
Yeah.
It's us kind of. It's not a typical relationship between a GM and a player. I mean, a permissive GM will always allow for the players to take ownership of a world and actually push some of their identity within that, and that's a good thing to do. That's co-creation. But I think.
But I mean, is this more like solo role playing? Man, I don't know, because I've not done any of the kind of the actual solo.
True. That's a good point.
With using Mythic Gem and stuff like that. So it could be that it's just replicating that kind of situation.
Yeah.
Which would make sense.
Yeah. I mean, and certainly when I role play with the youngest members of my family, anything goes. So if they suggest there's laser swords, there's laser swords. Like, I don't even question it. So that kind of. So maybe that either the soloness or the advanced kind of skill of the AI as a GM, and this extra layer that Forge Saga put over it, and like this is going quite well so far.
I suspect there's nothing. It's never going to tell you no, is it?
Yeah,
it's that whole idea of whatever you say. Yeah, that's going to happen, unless there's a dice roll involved, in which case we can struggle to push open doors that are already open and things. But that's I think there's obviously a certain way that you have to deal with it, the thing as you're writing out your commands for it to kind of grab onto things and push them forward, which we probably weren't doing as well. Maybe in the last, we were probably expecting more back than it was capable of giving. When really we should have been telling it what we wanted, and it will be going, okay, here it is.
Yeah. Okay. We need some shields or some armor, right? To go up against the pirates. We need more. If we're getting guns, lots of guns, then we need to go find some
Either that, or we have to lay a trap of some kind for them.
Ooh, on the gangplank.
Oh, on the gangplank, or inside the ship, boat. No, we need the boat. Do we need the boat?
I guess, does it fly as well as sail?
Well, if we say it does, then I guess
does.
it will. Yeah.
So we could maybe could we go at the bridge? And see if we can steal it?
Yeah, I think so. And see if we can start the engine.
Okay.
Aha, take that, pirates.
We're getting a roll, and it's an automatic success.
Yeah.
So it's no roll required. Okay.
Yes. Quintus's gaze lingers on the laser swords for a moment before he abruptly turns away, his resolve unyielding. The opulence of the chamber fades into the background as he sets his sights on the bridge. With sure-footed steps, he leads the way, a sense of urgency propelling him forward. The vessel's corridors, bathed in dim lighting, seem to blur as Quintus expertly navigates them, each turn and twist bringing him closer to his destination. As Quintus arrives at the bridge, a surge of anticipation courses through him. He carefully places the laser swords on a nearby console, their soft electric hum serving as a constant reminder of their potency. His eyes dart across the controls, his fingers dancing upon the panel, skillfully executing the precise commands needed to awake the dormant engine. The Symphony yacht stirs with life, responding to Quintus's touch. Oh, we're so happy.
Cool.
The day has been saved.
Cool. Input the command to get out of the bay. We're in a bay or something over the island, or move.
No,
away
we were out on the water, weren't we? This thing. Oh, it could. I mean, it could have been a bay. It didn't say, did it?
It was
Let's
near.
say it's a bay.
Yeah, it was near. We got on a gangplank up onto this thing. So move away from the island, because somehow we were close to the island, right?
Yeah. Retract the gangplank. That's what we want to do, right? Yeah.
Ha, take that, pirates. Oh, another automatic success. Clearly we have affinity with the... With a steely resolve, Quintus focuses attention on the control panel before him. He locates the command to retract the gangplank, and with practiced precision, his hand reaches out, deftly manipulating the controls. The gangplank obediently slides back into the ship with a mechanical whir. Quintus's attention shifts to the acceleration controls. His fingers move swiftly and surely, navigating the levers and buttons. The Symphony yacht responds eagerly to his touch, its engines awakening with a low rumble. Slowly but surely the vessel begins to accelerate away from the island, leaving the stranded pirates behind. Their shouts of frustration grow fainter as the distance between them widens. A victorious smile tugs at Quintus's lips as he relishes in the moment. The precious laser swords he safeguards remain in his possession, and the pirates are temporarily thwarted by their stranding on the beach. Yes.
There you go.
Well, that sounds like a victory.
I think we should take it because it's probably the only one we're going to get this evening.
Wow. Relish in our victory and head into the sunset.
With steely resolve. Don't forget that. An intoxicating feeling of triumph washes over Quintus as he watches the pirates retreat into the distance. His victorious smile widens and a satisfied chuckle escapes his lips. The laser swords, now securely in his possession, serve as tangible proof of his success. But Quintus is not content to rest on his laurels. Oh, yes, he is. With the pirates temporarily stranded, he sees an opportunity to strike a decisive blow. Determination gleams in his eyes as he addresses his loyal companion Huxley. "Huxley, my friend," he declares, his voice filled with conviction. "This is our chance to dismantle the pirates' operations once and for all. We must gather any remaining personal effects and valuable items on this yacht. With our resources collected, we shall confront them head on." As the sun begins its descent towards the horizon, casting a warm golden glow across the ocean, Quintus and Huxley exchange knowing. If that's not setting it up for a sequel, I don't know what is.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. So, yeah, well, there you go then. That we're getting there. I think you're right, though. I think we've hit the nail on the head. There's a very particular way that we need to talk and feed, and maybe in a solo adventure, and understanding the permissive nature of the Forge Saga system. It definitely makes for a different experience that's not directly comparable with a group-based TTRPG round the table situation where you've got the human. So yeah, it's a different experience, and it probably fills a different need, maybe like a different. It scratches a different itch.
As I say, I've not tried any of the solo games, but this seems to kind of, how I imagine it. This is kind of how it goes, where the story is created by the player. They decide what's going to happen. Yeah, there could be goals to see whether you're successful and push the story in a different direction. And this seems to kind of do exactly as that. And I think the problem was with that first game that we were playing is we didn't quite understand that. We weren't getting that. We were expecting to come up with things on the fly, and just as we were asking questions, that we're expecting the AI to kind of just come up with something and say, yes, this is the next part of the mystery or what. And I guess it's not built that. I mean, I've no doubt that maybe it could do something like that, right?
I think so.
I mean, I don't know about you. If you've just tried ChatGPT to generate a scenario outline or something like that, it can do it.
Yeah, it can do it, and it can suggest, and it can move forward, and it can. So it must be something within that, and maybe the amount of information that you feed it. So maybe one thing you could do is generate a whole bunch of stuff with ChatGPT, and then paste that into the lore section.
Text.
And then the engine here can work its magic with that. I like the graphical elements. Some of the funny choices of images. They weren't always spot on, but it was good. The background is quite clearly what it's supposed to be, and the character pictures. I mean, they changed slightly, which was the memory. That's the one thing about AI generally that I think lets it down at the moment, and that's its memory. Like, it seems to forget things a little bit too readily. Like when we went in through the in the first one, when we went through the vent to try and get into the room, bypassing the blocked door, it put us right back into the bar again.
The previous room again. Yeah,
and it's that kind of stuff that it forgets sort of position, and sometimes you just have to remind it. And from what I can understand, that's pretty typical of all AIs at the moment. But it's only getting better, right? It's only improving. So, and as the images that are getting pulled, I don't know if they're being generated on the fly, but they're pretty cool. Like that Huxley picture is
like pixel art type stuff almost to it, isn't it? Yeah. And the fact that it was keeping track of the inventory. It may have lost something a little bit. I guess it's not perfect. It kind of lost the lock tools that we'd got. They disappeared, but apparently we still had them. But the fact it was generating those as well, at random, or because we suggested, like you suggested the laser swords, and the next thing you know, oh yeah, there's the laser swords. It creates a little icon for them and even a little description for them. And that was pretty cool. It seems to struggle a little bit perhaps with more experimentation required, but I think it might struggle a little bit perhaps with the quest log. Do you think that's not quite working yet? Because we've still got the personal effects and valuable items, and we were struggling with the earlier game with the
questions and Tony.
Where it was keep asking Tony questions, but Tony wasn't
saying nothing, was he?
But then again, it's kind of difficult to say because we've already alluded to we weren't playing it correct first. We were. Perhaps our expectations were too high about what the capabilities of the AI were. And so maybe I thought a couple of times we did try to lead it and say Tony knows stuff, but I don't know. Yeah. Interesting though. It's very interesting.
It really is. And if you compare this to, like you mentioned, the Hobbit game, you're standing in a clearing. there are to the north of you. You see an opening in the center of the clearing. There's a well, and to the south of you, there's a path that leads into a dark cave. And then you say, go to well, and then it's like I go to a well, and then it's like look down the well, and then it says, sorry, I don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
and this would never say that. It would never actually say, sorry, I don't understand what you want to do. It always, whether its response was pushing the story forward was a different matter, but it always understood what we were asking of it, I think. Yeah, it seemed
to grasp the concept of looking down a well and feeding back something that was, mostly appropriate. The repetition on some of the description got a bit old. And is that once again down to by setting like the type of language that we wanted to see in the game? You got the options like with the dark and moody type stuff that in the first game. I didn't see what the Magellan one was actually. I didn't spot that, but it means that it's got a smaller pool of words to use, descriptive words, because it's drawing on a particular type of language for a particular type of story, right? So it's a bit more limited. So you tend to find a lot of the words being repeated and a lot of the concepts being repeated quite a bit throughout the description. But when we first did it, when we hadn't seen so much of it, I thought it was really good. The way it was constructing the descriptions and of the rooms and things like that. I thought it was really good. It just as you kind of go along, you kind of spot its limitations a little bit more and then start to see things being repeated. But I quite liked it. The Quintus's story was an interesting one. I don't know. It didn't make me think we were in a science fiction novel. It seemed to be not sure whether we were in an old timey swashbucklery piratey adventure or a science fiction one, but
sci-fi pirates.
There's nothing wrong with that. That sounds like a perfectly acceptable thing to be. It just wasn't what I was expecting.
Yeah,
kind of. Got a bit wordy, perhaps, but it was good.
So this is the second. One. This is the second of the AI systems services that we've tried. And there is one more that I would like to give a shot with, and it seems yet again to be different. The next one is based in Discord, actually.
All right.
I think it's fable.gg. I'm not entirely sure. I need to double check that, but I think it is. So if anybody in chat knows about that, let me know. But I do have one more, and I would very much like to at the end of doing 3 of them just go back and talk about their strengths and weaknesses each. But also by the time we've done that, they've probably all made leaps and bounds forward, right? Because it's not.
I mean, that's the frightening thing. Yeah,
it's not
how quickly
slowing
this
down.
stuff develops.
And so the differences in approaches, we're already seeing AI move ahead in other venues like we were talking earlier about Adobe Connect, which can now run changes suggested through text prompts into video editing and run it across a series of frames and maintain the lighting that's a setting. So the examples of like a model walking down a catwalk through dark and light, they added a tie onto the video. They highlighted in one frame the image where they wanted to tie, and then they ran it through the whole video, and the tie was always there. It moved with the appropriateness. When they got through the dark and light, the shadow changed. It looked, you just wouldn't know. You wouldn't know that wasn't what the model was wearing. So this kind of stuff is going to feature eventually in games like this. We're going to have the equivalent of Command and Conquer cutscenes that are generated on the fly with AI voices and AI video. And that Huxley's going to be talking to us, this is startling. This is the start of it. This is another step in it. I mean, it's been going on for a while, right? Because we've been, we're used to text-based adventures from ye olde time before color monitors. So yeah.
I mean, whether or not. It's interesting. We're talking about obviously Wizards of the Coast trying to develop we've been talking about AI DMs and things like that. Whether or not which direction they're heading in with something like that as well, with the artificial intelligence actually running a game for people, and how they envisage that being in the future. Is it a bit like this, but with the narration added in, or is it going to be something a little bit more elaborate? Like I say, creating these video cutscenes on the fly. You're a big bad guy giving you your monologue at the end, all generated by artificial intelligence, featuring full motion video and
yeah, I think so. There's no reason to think that would be, and then eventually it'll be in VR.
Yeah.
And it'll be generating in 3D, and then by that point, at some, it'll, who knows where BCI is going. So we've got it all. It's all for the taking. And
question is, what do we do next month?
Yeah, well, apparently Angie's saying next week has a gap, so we might need to look into possibly. But if next week's got a gap, then maybe we could have a look at. We could have a look at the third of them, I guess. That's a possibility. I think this one's multiplayer as well, so I think we can actually run it with more people.
Oh, that'd be good.
I'll have a look into that tomorrow, Ange, and I'll let you know. I'll give you a shout. But yeah, I'm just to say, absolutely, thank you so much to Narb. And Narb's already confirmed that we might need to copy over manually the adventure modules, so it doesn't copy them over. The adventure modules. But yeah, tonight we've been playing Forge Saga, which is available at forgesaga.com, and thank you very much to have the opportunity there to get access to everything. We got like an unlimited access pass, which has been great.
It was fun.
And I know
Taking a look at that.
And we'll have another. We'll continue with it, and I'll definitely continue with it and see if I can get a little bit more. Maybe I can join the Discord and chat to other people that have got hints and tips as well. And it would be great to come back to it as well in the new year and see just how things have changed. And just have an eye on those advancements in a fairly short time. So, great, excellent. That's it, guys. I think we can call it a wrap there. Shall we find somebody to raid? Shall we raid on to someone?
Yeah, we could. Yeah, let's do that.